Hi, I'm Virginia Filicetti, and I am the Marketing and Events Manager at the DeKalb Chamber of Commerce. I'm here with Jennifer Groce to talk about our Athena Finalists. This is our 31st ATHENA Award that's happening on Tuesday, October 20th, virtually on our Facebook page live. And Jennifer is here to talk to us about our finalist, Tia Anderson, who works for Heartland Bank. So Jennifer, thanks for being with me today. How do you know Tia, and how long have you known her?
Oh, Tia and I met each other. I was trying to think back, like how many years we've actually known each other. So we got to know each other through Chamber of Commerce events. And I can't pinpoint the exact first year I met her, but we have been working together in community organizations and boards and all throughout the Chamber for a number of years.
Great. So can you tell me a story or an example of how she has mentored women within the community?
Absolutely. So Tia just mentors in life, like that's who she is. And she really does this great thing where she's learning and leading all at the same time, which is why I just love her. But I have seen her personally mentor in a couple of just brilliant capacities. First, in her leadership at Heartland Bank and Trust with her employees, where she really encourages women in her organization and fellow employees to get involved in the Leadership Academy. She's got one particular employee who told me a story about how she was terrified to speak in public. And this just really wasn't her thing. She was kind of a behind the scenes kind of a person. And Tia said, okay, all right. First things first, do Leadership Academy, which has a public speaking component. You know, you learn to do those things. And then she was like, okay, now it's time to join Gather. And Heartland Bank and Trust is a presenting sponsor. And oftentimes they have a role where they introduce events, they introduce things that we're doing. And so Tia really encouraged this particular woman to just keep going through. And then she became a presenter for us at Gather and has just really found her voice. And that's really all thanks to Tia just mentoring, but encouraging her with really valuable tools.
I know Tia personally, also through the Chamber and through work, and she is always that go-getter, and she will push you to do something that you may not as comfortable to do, but she definitely is a cheerleader for you to, get out of your comfort zone and do something you may not be comfortable doing just to better yourself. So I think she's
absolutely. She's great. And also in Gather, like if you go to a Gather event, Tia leads by example, and she sees someone that's new, they're on their own, they've just come in. She very much comes in and mentors and walks beside and is like, hey, let me connect you, let me do something with you, and she's always trying to get me to golf. She'll laugh at this part. Someday you'll mentor me in golf.
Something you may not comfortable doing.
I'm a work in progress.
She mentors women at work. How else has she excelled in her profession and her career?
Oh my gosh, Tia's list of community involvement is outstanding. Like it really bridges the gap. As I said, I've really gotten to know Tia from her work at the Chamber of Commerce. So we serve together currently on the executive board for the Chamber, but she's also a Leadership Academy board member and been a participant. She is also on the ambassadors as well as other parts of the Chamber. And in addition to all of that work, she is on a board member for RAMP. She is Gather, as well as the work she does for CASA, Youth Service Bureau, and countless other organizations, including the DeKalb County Economic Development Corporation. And so she really, I've seen her serve the community in just a broad capacity, but always with that light and that beautiful heart that she has, that's really authentically about connection and about making our community a better place.
Tia, she has a great laugh. She always lights up the room whenever I think of Tia. I hear her laugh, and she's always has a smile on her face. She's just the most friendly faces that community knows because she's involved with all these different organizations. Can you give me an example of one way she has maybe broken the boundaries or gone above for her job at Heartland Bank?
Yeah, so I think everyone's got an example right now of COVID stories, right? Because this is a thing. But I think if you really look at her industry for banking and having to be open and on the front lines every single solitary day throughout COVID, we didn't stop banking, we didn't stop meeting those needs, and really having to help customers and her employees transition through that really uncertain time, and also then uncertain financial needs that needed to be met. And so I think there's countless examples of where Tia sort of bravely faced things that had to be done and led by example for her team, and was like, we've got to provide the financial support and the resources that our customers need right now, many of which were small businesses. And so I really saw her break some boundaries there, as well as then the work she does in Gather, and really bringing Heartland to the leadership position to say, look, this is a program we want to back into our community, and not just back it as an organization, but provide scholarships so that no woman is left behind because of financial resources.
Those are all great points. We want to thank all the frontline workers, whether you're at a hospital or a bank, those essential businesses that we needed that are really important way at the start of all of this. I think we really need to thank them, and then Tia especially for doing all the work she does, mentoring women, being part of the community, all the great things that she has done. So Jennifer, thank you for being here today and talking about Tia. You can learn more about Tia and all of our other finalists at decal.org. You can read their bios, and you can also celebrate them with us on Tuesday, October 20th at 6 p.m. when we will have our ceremony, and the recipient of the Athena Award this year will be announced. So until then, thank you, Jennifer. And
You're welcome.
we'll meet you on Tuesday, October 20th.